Hello, humanity. I'm not. This is not a game. Species coach. Humanity needs a species coach because names A through Z have been sustained, only remembered roles through and as systems individually grouped and together, tactically ulterior from that one that is hyper simultaneous, unabridged, constitutional relativity that has not been liberated too. The real biggest cause of the Civil War was the breaching method that had slavery both sickly, distinctly, and non-distinctly northern colonies and southern colonies, and roles with it as the possessed nations, involved with the possession of other nations, involved with this breaching method's roles, having perfected a method from before religious messengers were born, making the names of sciences a certain type of victim slash hyper victim used from off their locations to force tricked, hurt, and persuaded to blame other things, others, ourselves. Things that nature itself shows the sciences to blame on a breaching method. Again, but more and more what nature demonstrates to us, using what with the changed communications of our founders. Our founders communicated for us to understand the difference between what is communicated and what is said relative to how questions and answers were asked at the time of the slavery entrenched, sickly, distinctly northern colonies, southern colonies, and having been sustained before America's founders were born. Everyone was a fact-achieving nature slave, sickly, distinctly, but everyone blamed on other things, others, ourselves, and used, in other words, exactly the way the breaching method wanted and needs, leaving itself roles without the number one cause of such as sick things, witch trials, even if they're made up. The breaching method caused them and caused responses to them, descriptions of them, leaving itself out or being sensed through our own, who are already invested, pretending natures of integrity the sciences have. They don't have it. Many ways. See, now a leader has to come up, all locations, areas, and states leaders. There have already been self-valued roles directed to hide how really a whole bunch of countries are shared here and there. They couldn't help communicating it to me intercities and intra-cities, leading up to the World Trade Center attack in that context and since. I noticed a whole bunch of things tied to these people. They have been putting kids with fake communications and ties and natures of ties to the ones around them into data by putting fake descriptions and changed descriptions of what really unfolded with instances of all natures into databases. And relative to the worst use slash S of a whole bunch of liars as predicate acts with facts and federal evidence is rackets, as one's speaking about the truth or lies of others. So forgiveness, okay. Forgiveness is to not leave out this breaching method, a hyper additional name with those A through Z. And let's consider a hyper additional name for nature, unabridged, not as criminal and seditious nature, per its definition of it. Because we know that all sides of criminal and civil cases, the courts themselves and the difference of that could be and was and is used remotely to screen a breaching method. We're not going to leave out. Our founders communicated other than they said. We have to pay attention to what was measuring and maintaining what everyone said and entertained how they were sensed and how through our own. How it's important to understand what was sustained, not just the fact that it was sustained, Not one has tray. Ye species body A through Z, locations, areas, and states, everywhere the human species body has a body. There is a hyper foreign present that we must name. It knew that we would have it could force, trick, hurt, and persuade people to blame other things, others, themselves, and then it shared the groupings of countries and then hide behind that at the difference of locations. Thank you.